part 2. Where are we at? Oh, so the medicine. So this is actually a really great piece for people that are really looking to do this work to find their own medicine. What I found in my experience with one of the horses is, you liking this? You liking my medicine talk? She actually, one of these horses that really isn't terribly engaged with most people, she came and was really comfortable with laying down next to me, and she actually just laid down and took a nap. I was like, I'm feeling very comfortable, willing to be vulnerable around me, and just relax into my space. And I knew that my energy allowed that. There was no tension. There was no, I need to be on alert, something's happening. And even though I can have a really energetic personality, I know this about me, that I'm very calming. And so what Hillary extracted with me out of that experience was that I have this ability when I sit with people and I hear them, that they are able to drop into themselves because they feel an immediate trust and immediate love, because I just love them so deeply, and I really want them to open up to what they actually really care about. So there's really no like pretending with me. There's no inauthenticity. It's like, no, really, what do you want? And not trying to speak around it or anything. It's like, no, but really, what is your heart's desire? What do you actually want out of your life? And so we sort of, tickled that out of the experience. Like, why can things that don't typically feel so great about being vulnerable around everyone, why is it that when you're in my space and me and my energy, what is it about me that allows for that space to be created, that people can come sit? They get very close in my space, in my bubble. I'm very welcoming. And to be able to speak to, well, what do I really want out of my life? Like, maybe a question that there was too many wounds or traumas, or shoulds and shouldn'ts are really the typical ones, why I can't have what I want because someone told me I couldn't, or this, that. So those are the things that really get extracted from my experience with people. So the horses help reflect that a lot in a very tangible, obvious way, which was great.
Cool.
Yeah.
And one last thing.
Yeah.
For those people that are maybe like feeling the call, but they're like, the investment is freaking them out.
Yeah.
Or this is like it's a big deal to kind of step in to do stuff about.
Yeah.
What would you kind of speak to around that in terms of the value, or, the affirmation, and, coming out here and flying out here and having that?
Get over it.
Yeah.
No, I know how it is. And I know that we use a lot of these ruses to like say we can't, money or time or a commitment, or, just not right now, or my spouse says no, like, there's a million excuses you can make up of why, but what it is probably just all fear. I mean, not what it is. It is. It's just fear. It's just, if it feels in alignment and then there's a spark and you're like, that feels really exciting. It's a matter of figuring it out. Something will pop, something will allow it for it to happen. A time will become right for it to go. And it may not be now, it may be later, it might be tomorrow. That's not the point. It's just allowing to listen to that. And I think that's sort of the beauty of it too, is being willing to listen to saying yes, and giving yourself permission to say yes to things. And, all the other stuff, it's just excuses. It's just stuff. Yeah. It's just makeup.
I actually like that, what you just said, is giving permission to say yes.
Yeah.
And I do, and I believe, like, I think when there's resonance and divine timing and all of that, but we should listen to the things that are pulling us forward.
Yes.
And it is scary.
Trusting it.
To leave. But,
right?
I don't think anyone's come here and been like, God, that was a real friggin' waste of my
There's no way.
Time.
There's no way. And, and just from, like, I'm sort of trying to think about, like, how I want to say it, but, like, just in and of itself, the peace and the time with horses, like, there's never a bad time to spend time being with yourself and getting quiet. And I think one of the other byproducts of this is that you kind of get to take a chance to, there's no TV in the lodge. I mean, the lodge there is, sorry, in your housing where you're sleeping. Yeah. Cabins, thank you. It's about, like, get off the phone, get off the laptop. You can do that when you're working with Hillary if she wants that to happen. But there's something to be said about, I took a lot of space this week to just listen and think about that, and that it comes a little bit more clear. There's a lot more clarity because I've given myself the space and time in this big space and time here to do it. So I think that even just that alone is a really big thing that you should check out.
Cool. And just one last element before we complete.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak to, like, maybe even the facilitation that you felt even with me, and what you kind of pulled away from
from your version of from how you facilitate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I definitely have spoken eons and ions and oons about how welcoming you are and how real. I think that's a huge piece of it. I don't know what I came here expecting. I just knew I liked what I saw through the internet, through phone calls and things like that. But who you are is who you are is who you are, and that was really relaxing and welcoming, and also, how do I say this? Like, it was sort of like, oh, thank God. You know, there was nothing pushed or pulled or fake or whatever, but I was like, no, this is you, and it's your facilitating is very real. It's very rooted in practical. You know, it's not just like, great, that's nice energies, that was great, move on. There's a lot of things to be done around it, and that's great, and to enjoy it and reflect on it. And then also the other people that you've brought in to work in this space are amazing. Teresa and Selena are here this week. There'll be probably different people when you come sometimes, because they have people that come that choose to want to come work here. And but it's also like they're part of that space as well as the animals, and it was like just welcoming. There's no other word but welcoming. The facilitating's welcoming, and when you feel welcomed in a space, you're able to absorb more. You're able to, like, I didn't feel